And then one effect on the heat or climate change. A bit of a 40,000-foot question here. So the president's got so much focus on climate change. He talks about it all the time, and you had the IRA and so on. How does he assess the broader acceptance of U.S. society to getting on with all the changes to daily life that a lot of the experts who talk about climate crisis say should be happening? Things that really get into every individual's life. Because compared to Europe, for example, in Europe there's a lot more, let's say, grassroots type of participation in recycling and energy saving and driving little tiny cars and being told to bicycle instead of driving and being told to take a train instead of a plane. I mean, this is like, I have a reliable source tells me that in France, when you go at a holiday camp, there was signs saying you couldn't have showers for more than 2 minutes. I just don't know if that would work here. Does the president feel American society is on board with that level of a push that some parts of the world are?
So here's what I'll say. I'll say what the president believes and how he's taken this climate change crisis very seriously. Since he walked in day one in this administration, as I've laid out many times before, he's done more to move forward on dealing with climate crisis than any other president. He's had an ambitious policy. You just mentioned the Inflation Reduction Act, which is the most investment that we have seen from any president as it deals with a piece of legislation that is now law to deal with a real issue. And let's not forget, he rejoined the Paris Agreement. He rallied more than 100 countries to join the global methane pledge to reduce methane emissions. So he's been a leader as well globally on this issue, and he's going to continue to do that. I mean, he just talked about, as you mentioned, the extreme heat and how climate is very real. Climate change is very real, and how we have to take serious steps to continue to deal with this issue. Look what's going on across the country. And so, it is an issue that he takes very seriously. It is an issue that we see, if you look at polling, that Americans are taking very seriously, especially young people. And so, look, the president's going to continue to be a leader. I can't speak to every American here, but I can speak to what the president is going to continue to do. You talked about small cars, right? When you think about electric vehicles and what the president is going to be able to do with the bipartisan infrastructure law and also the Inflation Reduction Act on electric vehicles across the country, making sure that it's available to people at a discounted rate, right? Making sure that it is the wave of the future. And so he's making investments there. So this is an important issue. We see climate change, especially this summer, as it relates to extreme weather. And so we're going to continue to move forward in dealing with climate change here.